Hello fellow Earthlings, I'm Mike Stokes with Wild Alive University, and today we're going to talk about how to analyze your poo, the perfect diet for everyone. So I think the first thing to talk about is why analyze your poo. In ancient China, the emperor had his personal doctor, like most important leaders in the world have personal doctors. So the traditional Chinese medicine doctor for the emperor, one of his jobs was the emperor would literally take a dump in a bowl, and then the traditional Chinese doctor would come and test the texture, and he would smell it to see if it smelled right, and then legend has he would literally taste it as well. I'm not going to recommend that you taste your stool, but the point is that they would then adjust the emperor's diet given the quality of his stool. It seems like in our culture we're bacteriophobic and we don't like talking about sort of the feces of life, the excrement, the things that don't smell good are kind of gross. So, but that's to our detriment, because there's so many diets out there. There's so much dietary information out there, and everybody's got a different idea of what you should and shouldn't be eating for your optimal health. If you take all that information and then you actually put it, you eat a diet and then you see what comes out the other side, then that gives you direct feedback of whether this diet is working for you or not. And I think it's especially important if you're sticking to one diet. Let's say you're a vegan, let's say you're a raw foodie, let's say you're an Atkins person, or you're a one of the other diets. So if you're on any one of those programs and you're not actually getting the perfect stool, then you need to make adjustments. So what's the perfect stool? So let's start. I have my prop banana, which has gone through a couple video takes already, so half of a banana left. So about the size of a banana, about the texture of a ripe banana, not too gushy but still firm. It's probably a little bit less firm than this banana, I would guess. I'm going to eat this. Poo banana. Demonstration poo banana. So, size and texture of a ripe banana. Second, the color. Color's light brown. Basically, you don't want it to be black. It could adjust more towards, the color of the vegetable. Let's say you're eating a lot of greens or a lot of beets. It'll sort of move in the direction of that color. That doesn't matter. Other thing is that it won't be urgent. You won't have to go to the bathroom, or it won't be constipated. You won't be sitting on the toilet for a long time. It should basically, you feel like, oh, my bowels are full, I should let them go. You go to the bathroom and it comes out fairly easily. I would also recommend that you use a stool on your toilet. So they have these handicapped toilets where they keep raising the seat higher and higher, so you barely have to bend down. You really want to open your hips and have your hips in as much of a squatting position as possible. That'll make your bowels evacuate easier without any pushing. So, size and texture of a banana, and the color is brown. It's not urgent. And then the next thing would be the smell. So the smell, it should smell like a rich compost. It should smell, if you grabbed a handful of soil that you had been composting for a year and it really well processed, and it should smell like that earthy smell. Or if you go to a nursery, if you don't have a garden and you smell that earthy smell, it literally should smell like that. Because the bacteria in the gut are very similar to the bacteria in the soil, and when they're working properly, that's the end product. The bacteria in the gut needs an aerobic environment to make that really good composting smell. In the same way that if you had in your garden, let's say you had a compost pile and it got really wet and there was no oxygen in there, then it would really stink. That's the same thing that happens in your gut if there's not that oxygen-rich environment produced by the fiber that you're eating and in conjunction with the healthy bacteria in your gut. The other part about a perfect stool is there should be no undigested parts, no large undigested parts. Now the exception to that would be insoluble fibers. So some insoluble fiber is good for the diet, but too much will not give your body time to process those nutrients that it wants. And it's just working, you're just pushing stuff through it and you're not getting the nutrients that you need. If you think about the stomach area, the intestines and the small and the large intestines, those bowel areas, that's literally the chemical battery of your body. So if stuff's going through you undigested, your chemical battery's not getting the juice that it needs to give you the energy that you need. Also in Ayurveda and traditional Chinese medicine, it's considered a toxic when your body doesn't fully process something. That's why in traditional Chinese medicine, it's a very heavily cooked diet. So you eat a lot of soups and a lot of stews because that breaks down and makes those easier to process through your body. Now, I'm not saying anything against raw foods because I believe and know that we need raw enzymes and they're very beneficial to our health. But you want to get, if you're on a raw food diet, you really want to get those things processed. So whether you were supplementing with apple cider vinegar or some sort of spicy chutney or even betaine hydrochloride to further break down those, or whether you're taking your raw vegetables and greens and chopping up into little pieces or putting them in a blender and making, maybe you made more, you can make cold soups out of those too and then really finely chop them up, then your body's going to process them a lot better. So to review, the perfect stool, size, texture of a banana. Doesn't smell. There's no urgency. It doesn't get stuck. You're not constipated. There's no undigested parts. It's a light brown color. It might veer a little bit off to different colors if you're eating a lot of vegetables that have a different color. And that's really it. So the point of this video is to give you that information so you can draw a picture in your mind of the perfect stool for you. Now, if you start analyzing your diet and changing things up to get that perfect stool, it's not going to happen overnight. It definitely takes time. And I really believe in progress. So you want to focus on making progress. You want to keep getting your stool closer and closer and closer to that ideal. Personally, I get a perfect stool by my standards maybe 4 or 5 times a year. But I'm always adjusting, because I'll go out and I'll have a cheeseburger, an organic grass-fed cheeseburger, unless I'm really being bad, but mostly an organic grass-fed cheeseburger. And then I'll notice I really have to clean up my diet a little bit because my stool was a little bit off. Or in that same day that I know I'm going to have a cheeseburger, I'll have some oatmeal and some chia and some brown rice and some broccoli and something else to sort of counterbalance those heavy solids that are going to come with the meal, that are going to be on the other side of that. And then my body is able to fully utilize. So I'm eating this meat product, which is high intense energy to produce, but then my body, since I've done all these other things, it can actually better assimilate all of those nutrients that are going to come through into my system. So I hope that this video has been valuable to you. I hope that tomorrow or today you start analyzing your poo and use it as your ultimate diet. Because no matter what diet you're following, if you don't have, or if you're not working in the direction of a perfect poo, then, or if you're going in the opposite direction, like you're getting too loose, or it's smelly, or it's runny, or it's too hard, then the diet's not helping you. It's harming you. So you want to keep adjusting yourself towards that perfect poo. So I hope you take it to heart and you start using your poo as your primary dietary aid. It's the one thing that will help you achieve optimum health no matter what the information you ingest from the outside world. You keep manipulating your diet a little bit, getting the feedback, oh, I ate this yesterday and now my stool is kind of stinky, or I ate this yesterday and it was too hard, or now it's too loose, and you just keep working towards that center place. I guarantee you you'll be healthier and happier in the long run. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel below, or visit our website, wildalive.net. I really believe in reciprocity, so if you got value out of this and you'd like to give something back, you can do a few things. You could donate below, you could watch another one of our videos and let the skippable ad play. I don't endorse any of the products, I don't even recommend that you watch the commercial, but if you let the video play, it's one of the ways that we can keep this stuff free and make more videos. So have a great day and stay healthy. Thanks.